A May trial date is now set for hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs to face sex trafficking charges. Well, Combs' lawyers, they filed court documents on Wednesday accusing the Department of Homeland Security of leaking the hotel hallway footage to CNN.
It appears that P. Diddy has filed a legal motion against the government, in particular the Department of Homeland Security, for leaking the tapes to CNN of him allegedly, they say allegedly, for allegedly beating Cassie and all the stuff he was doing on the tapes that you see right here. So how does that affect this case? If he can prove, first of all, that they did release the tapes to CNN, which CNN has not made any comments. They refused to talk about it. But after CNN released the tapes, they contacted Diddy's attorney to see if he had any comments on it. And that prompted him to call the feds and say, hey, the tape been leaked, what's going on here? And they're like, oh, thanks for letting us know. They're like, hey, we didn't have the tape. So this is what they claim. They claim that they didn't have the tape at the time it was leaked. So now it's up to them to prove that they did have the tape. So that's the first thing they got to do, is prove that they did actually have the tape. And they're making this claim against the Department of Homeland Security. But let me tell you how that will affect the case. Once they prove, or if they can prove, that the feds did actually leak it, then they got to prove that they leaked it with the intent to put him at a disadvantage in a criminal case, or whatever the case is. Those are a couple of things that I think would be hard to prove, but you never know how things go. I believe the bigger picture around this is this: was this all a setup? Was it set up this way in the first place to get him cleared of all these charges? It's almost like a free proffer 11. You present all the evidence, and then you get the case dismissed because the government dropped the ball. Or did they drop the ball? Or did they toss him a ball? Or did they throw him alley-oop? I don't know. It's really kind of weird that they did this, knowing how important this case is. You leaked the tape to CNN, knowing CNN know where they got the tapes from. If this motion get out of hand, I believe that his attorney can put CNN in a deposition about the tapes. And if that happened, that's a whole nother level. Now, they don't necessarily have to drop the case if it's found that Department of Homeland Security did leak the tapes. They don't have to drop the case, but what they could potentially drop it. Or they could just simply say, hey, these are the new stipulations for evidence. And what it could do is it could put the government at a disadvantage as far as to what evidence they can produce, which I don't know how that can turn out. It's being set up to where he don't really have to get a bunch of time, and then they can justify why. That's what I think. I think that this whole thing is taking a whole new turn, and we should be paying real close attention to what's going on. But just, wake up before you go to sleep. Peace. I'm out of here.